Yes, it's possible. I play World of Warcraft on my Steam Deck, and it's been better than playing it on PC. In this video, I'm going to tell you why it's peak gaming in 2025 to play World of Warcraft on your Steam Deck or handheld of your choice, and how to actually set it up. So I really love my Steam Deck. I really love handhelds in general, and the Steam Deck has been the greatest addition to my gaming arsenal since ever, to be honest. And I really do love World of Warcraft. I play World of Warcraft since vanilla in 2004. And you know what? I was always tied to this desk right here, to the computer. One day I was thinking, yo, I'm spending 10 hours a day on this desk before even starting to play World of Warcraft because of my job. And sometimes I just get sick of sitting in front of a monitor at my desk. So I was thinking there must be a possibility to make the Steam Deck even greater and play World of Warcraft on it. So after a quick research, it is possible. And you know what? It's more convenient than ever. So playing WoW on the Steam Deck has been a life changer for me. I'm being way more efficient. I'm having way more fun. It doesn't matter if I'm farming achievements, mounts, or if I'm leveling up a new classic character. I'm having it on the go. It's not just to have it on the go outside of your home. You should touch some grass, but it's also convenient for me to just unwind and lie down on the couch and play some WoW, level my hardcore character. Yes, I'm playing hardcore on this as well, or even do some Mythic Plus. And trust me, it's working. I'm playing a Paladin right now, and it's more convenient than ever. Of course, some classes are a little bit more or a little bit easier to play in that layout, but I always know people that are been healing very great, hunters that are playing very great, and they're playing some great keys at that point. PvPing, raiding, you can basically do anything, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're replacing your key bindings with ConsolePort. That's an add-on that I'm going to show you in a minute. And all you're doing is to replace your key bindings from a keyboard to the buttons. But here's the thing. You're not just having those buttons right here. You're also having these buttons right here, and you're having even 4 on the back. And it sounds complicated, but trust me, you can switch the layouts. I'm going to go into the depth, how to set it up and how I'm using it. And it's way simpler than it sounds. Trust me. You can use this both for classic and for retail. I would even say that for classic, it's even a bit more convenient, as you're having less stuff to deal with in classic, less abilities in general. But I thought it was good for both. I played it for both actually, and I think retail and classic, it's fine for both. So I will stop yapping. I'm jumping into my Steam Deck right now. I'm actually filming it. You will see the game, how it looks, how it feels, and more important, how to set everything up. So stay tuned, and I really hope you're going to enjoy what you see. Okay, so let's talk about the add-ons and how this is possible. So the main add-on is called ConsolePort. You're having it right here, which allows me to have my abilities on the key bindings of my console or of my Steam Deck. You're having switch buttons. So I have buttons that enable another layout, another set of action bars, right? And I have different combinations that I can set up to. I guess it's up to 42 or 48 bindings that you can do, as well as having those back pedals. When I'm using those back pedals, I'm using them for my bags right here. I'm using them for my map. I'm using them for my character screen. And then I'm using one, I'm not having any target, for target tapping. And you can bind those however you like, right? And as you can see, I'm having everything in, I think I can reach everything pretty nice. But still, if I want to have that mouse and keyboard feeling, like not mouse, but the mouse feeling, I have my trackpad, and boom, I immediately have my cursor right here, which is working exactly how it is for the PC if you're using an actual mouse. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's a great addition, a great way to play it, a great way to have World of Warcraft not just on the go, but a little bit more convenient. You can absolutely do raids. You can absolutely do Mythic Plus. It is possible. It takes a little while to get used to, but it is very possible. I did that as well, and I think that's a great thing. I even did some PvP. In fact, Swifty is, I think he loves the Steam Deck very well. And if you don't know Swifty, then what are you doing with your life? Yeah, so all in all, you can see some frame drops right here if we were having more players, but still above the 60s. Sometimes we're getting a drop. Keep in mind, I'm playing on moderate to high settings. You can keep it low, but that's up to you, right? So you can like still choose everything in here with the cursor. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's beautiful, and that's what I'm using most of my time playing retail WoW. So to set this up, you have to go to your desktop mode in Steam. You have to leave your gaming or Steam mode, and everything you want to do right now, you can do that with the buttons or with the touchscreen, but I recommend connecting a Bluetooth mouse and a Bluetooth keyboard to your Steam Deck, so it's more convenient for the initial setup. So what you want to do is you want to go to Firefox, you want to go and download battle.net, because we still need battle.net. We don't have a specific Linux version right here, so you go there and download battlenet.exe. It's the setup. What you want to do from here is you take this exe, the setup exe, and add it to Steam, right? I already have it, so I might have it double right now. Then you go to Steam, actually, you search for it, and then you're having the battle.net setup exe. Oh, sorry, I missed something. Haha. In order to run this, you go to Properties, and then you go to Compatibility, and you choose Proton Experimental. That's what you want to choose. Then you just exit, and you press on play. Now it's able to run this setup. And there you have the normal launcher, the normal installation guide. So what you want to do when you start the installment is that you want to change the install location, because right here we're having a Windows default and we don't have the same folder structure. You go to change, you go to document, and I would put it just in downloads. That's not a problem for me, and would press select folder. After that, you want to untick this and you want to just install it, and then you close the installer. So afterwards is you go into the battle.net folder that you have installed, look for the battlenet launcher.exe, you add it again to Steam, same as here, then you're having the launcher right here. And what you want to do is the same actually. You go to Properties, you go to Compatibility, and you go to Proton Experimental, and that's it. Now, I would not start it right here. That's important. Do not start it. Keep it like that, close it, because we're going to start it later on. So, in order to get now the add-ons, which are very, very important, you have to download CurseForge. And CurseForge works just as it is, because there is a Linux version. So you can just download CurseForge. So I don't need to do this right now. So after installing or downloading CurseForge, you just start the app image. It's actually the same as on your PC, and you want to have, I would say, 3 to 4 add-ons. 3 add-ons are important from CurseForge. You can scan for your World of Warcraft. ConsolePort, Dynamic Cam, I have AdiBags. It's a little more, I would say, a little better overview for my bags. But you want to do is you also want to do ElvUI. ElvUI, I could not find it on CurseForge, so I just downloaded it from here. No, I don't want to buy I don't have an ad blocker right here. So when I downloaded it from here, and you put it into the add-ons ordner, sorry, add-ons folder. You put it into the add-ons folder, like this, like a usual manual setup for an add-on, okay? You can close everything right now, and we will hop into WoW, and I'm going to tell you how I set up my ElvUI and how I set up my ConsolePort. See you in a second. So after you started it, we are here in our Battle.net launcher. You can basically now choose any game that you have installed. So you can install Classic WoW. I'm having the Classic, I think, installed. Then you're having Retail. Then you're having Diablo, Overwatch, whatever you would like, right? And you just start it from here and join into the game as usual. So let's go for the actual setup. As you can see, my overlay is pretty clean. This is ElvUI. As you can see, this right here, the map, anything else, my experience bar, my mana bar right here, my health bar up here, even my targeting up here. So this is ElvUI. It's a pretty nice overlay add-on, and I will highly recommend to use that. I got my chat over here. You can move it, you can edit it as well. That's pretty console-like, I would say, add-on. I will leave you my profile down in the comments. I actually got the profile from Nemo MMO. I'm gonna link his video to that down here. And I tweaked it a little bit to my personal liking, and I think now it's perfect. But let's talk about ConsolePort. So when you have ConsolePort a little bit set up, it takes some fiddling. I'm gonna be honest, take your time, but trust me, if you take your time with this, if you really get into the setup, it will be worth it. Take an hour for that, and then you're good to go. So in here, in the beginning, you will select that you're having the Steam Deck setting, so it automatically gives you a default setup. What you have right here is you have general bindings, general settings. I did not touch them, to be honest. I left everything kind of default. I only changed my crosshair, as you can see here a little bit. But basically the rest, I kept it the same. What is interesting for us is the action bar. So if you're going back right here, you're seeing that this down here is my action bar, and I can switch the action bar with some keys. For example, standard, it's left button, left trigger, but you can use any combination. So, but in order to bind those, of course, you have to know your class, right? So what I would like to do is on the buttons right here, I like to have my usual rotation, and when I press here is when I can use all my holy power, the other abilities right there. I think that's pretty neat in that time. What I like to do as well is I like to have my jump on A. That's just how I play games. If you like, you can leave up A for another ability, so you have it on here. But I like to use my back pedals for my character, for my map, for my bags, and so on and so forth. So you basically go in here. Let me just zoom a little bit in. You basically go in here and go to action bars. Now, when I go to action bars, I select bindings. And this is where you want to set up everything. You can see right here, this is my, by default actually, this is my skywriting bar. And you can actually edit this slot. You can clear the slot, you can edit the binding, you can clear the binding. And honestly, you can even go and change some things. Let's change this here, the left button X combination. You can just click on it, edit slot. Now you're having it up here to the left. And what you can do is you can take any ability and put it into that key binding, right? You're having it right here, the general, the paladin ones, the retribution ones, you're having stuff from your warband, you're having items, you're having macros and stuff like that. You can, like, literally, it gives you so much freedom. You can put a lot of abilities, but you have to find your own way. But this is the main settings that you want to be around in order to have your bindings designed as you desire. So as you can see, we're having here left trigger A. So what happens? Left trigger, when I leave it, it goes back, A, right? That's what happens. So adjust it to your liking. What we also have is you can set up rings. Those rings are actually pretty neat, so you can make up even more space. For example, I have mine on left trigger, left button. So let me zoom out again. I'm pressing left trigger, left button, and I'm having down here on A my ring, which gives me some more possibilities to use. If I press only left button and A, I get this radial menu, which is pretty neat. You can jump straight into everything that I basically have bound. You can jump into your talent box. You can jump into the dungeon browser, group finder, friends list, guild communications, into the raid, character info. So I have the most important one bound, but you can jump in from here and you can set up your own radial menu as well. This is awesome. I really, really like it. And that's it. So what I really recommend, and that's basically it. This is World of Warcraft on the Steam Deck. I was thinking that this is something impossible, but again, if you take your time to set it up, and I really hope that with my video and other videos, you can find some more, like you can set up an easier start for yourself, but the more time you spend, the more it gets personalized to you, and the more you feel, yeah, like at home. I gotta be very honest with you. The only times where I go back on my PC is when I'm having like a big raid coming on and I need to do some preparations, I need to be on the Discord and so on and so forth. But for the main time, for most of the time, the Steam Deck has become my main device for playing World of Warcraft. It's insanely good and you have unlimited potential, you have unlimited ideas. Like this character right here, for example, this alt right here, I only leveled him while doing my cardio. And he's level 73 by now. So that's a good use of it, right? I took my Steam Deck with me. When I finished the gym, I jumped onto the treadmill and not on the treadmill, on the stationary bike, sorry. And I just leveled, staying fit and playing WoW. Or if you're trying to level up a new classic character, which takes a lot of time effort, but you don't want to sit in front of the computer all the time, you can go and lay down on your couch, in the train, wherever you are, and do your quests and just level around. That's beautiful. That's what we want to have. This is gaming. This is World of Warcraft.